Hi guys. So I know I look weird, I'm wearing sunglasses, but I'm trying to do that to keep down the light from coming into my eyes, which seems to be part of the reason that my migraines are getting triggered so poorly. So I'm sorry, I'm not hiding anything. I just have sunglasses on. All right, here we go. Today we're doing our first viewer's house, and I'm very excited about that. I'd like to just reiterate that any of you who would love to show me your house, you can send me pictures at Ann Clay Home Decor Tips on Facebook or Instagram. Send me your pictures, private message them to me, and I would love to put them up for you. I think what I'm going to be doing to make this even a little more fun is maybe every week do something different. Like this week, I want to see your kitchens. And then you guys send me your kitchens and I'll put them together in a video. And then the next week, I want to see your living rooms, or maybe your favorite couch, or maybe your favorite desk, or you know where I'm getting at? So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. I think it'll give us some order and some fun, and it'll be a little easier for people who are kind of scared to really show us your own home. Maybe you feel good about your couch or your favorite whatever. So that's where we're going with this. I'm really excited about this because this is a chance for us to act as community in the midst of this social distancing. So here we go. Today we are having Julie from Mimi's Pantry, and she is showing us her pantry. And her pantry is so cool. So I'm just not going to talk anymore. I'm going to get right on with the video. What I want you guys to know is what we did was we used FaceTime, basically, Facebook Messenger, and she used her phone and we went through it. And so the quality is not going to be like it is when you're doing it firsthand. Things are a little pixelated. Of course, it was things are pixelated. It's just going to be the way it is. But I think the pantry is so cool anyway. So I'm going to have to get some wrinkles out of this. A few times you can hear my echoes. This is the first one. We're going to get better at this. But again, we're doing this. This is a grassroots effort, guys. So please be understanding about the quality and try to look past the pixels and hear her voice and hear the tour, because it's really a cool pantry. So here we go. Hey, Julie, it is so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Welcome to my pantry.
Thank you. Now tell us about your YouTube channel.
I actually have two, but this one is Mimi's Pantry. And I like to cook from scratch and bake from scratch. It's something that I've always loved to do, so I love showing people and sharing it with them and sharing all kinds of different recipes. A lot of recipes that are really, as I go, it's a new channel, so as I go, you'll see a lot of from Maine recipes. You know, things that are native to Maine.
And a lot of bread.
Yes, a lot of bread. I've been making so much bread.
So Julie is our very first viewer to open up part of her house to us. And I really wanted you guys to see her pantry because she has the pantry of heaven. I'm so excited for this tour. I've seen the pantry tours before and it's wonderful. So if you want to go watch her bake and cook, and she's got a very calming effect. I think it's perfect during this time of isolating in the house. Go to Mimi's Pantry. I'll leave a link in the notes below, and subscribe to her and show her some love as part of our viewing community. All right, Julie.
Thank you. Thank you. You're so kind. You're doing a great thing for everybody. This is really hard on a lot of people, so it's nice to be able to get out and be able to get into somebody else's home without contact.
Right.
So we know that that's something we can't have, so this is the next best thing.
Yes. Yes. Well, good. Well, let's see that pantry.
Okay. We're going to start right over here.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
In this little corner here, this is probably, I don't know why, this is one of my favorite corners, but this cabinet here is it's been in my husband's family for a really long time. He remembers it as a little boy. It was his grandmother's. So, and you can see I have my bread recipe hanging on there, but this is the neatest little thing because it folds down.
Oh, wow.
And it's a breadboard, and you've got all kinds of spices and things inside. None of that's anything we use. We just kind of use it for decoration purposes. Around Christmas time, I usually flip that down, and so that's really nice. It's a nice little memory, which our house is full of those kinds of memories. So then we have over here a picture that was my mother-in-law's. Isn't it cute? I mean, it's the perfect pantry picture. It's so fitting.
It's like you and your granddaughter baking.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Our little blonde granddaughter, so it's perfect. And then we have a little corner that's filled with some cast iron and some cutters and molds and different things, and a basket that
Can you show us a cutter?
Yes, we've got see, I've got these little cutters. And I've also got biscuit cutters and
wow,
just different things. And I've also got a candle mold here. You can see the candle mold. Just a lot of different old things that we have. And I have a cast iron pan for like cornbread or things like that. So that's always nice. Just a few little things and an old percolator coffee pot, which my husband actually still uses on the cook stove. We have an old wood cook stove that we use to cook on, so he actually uses that. Okay. And we heat tea water in here. So then as we go around, all the cupboards, the countertops are all wood. It's just pine. My brother did all of these, so that was really nice. I love it. It works great for us.
How did you treat it? Excuse me. How did you treat it? Like, what did you put on that to protect it?
I just put an oil on it. It's the same oil that I use. It's a breadboard oil you can buy online. I just keep it oiled when I see it's starting to get dry, which for us it's quite often because we cook, with a wood cook stove, so that wood heat is always drying things up. So it's important to keep that oiled well. So, and it gives it a little bit of a darker look, which we love.
One more question about those counters.
Sure.
So they're not tongue and groove, right? They're just regular pine boards.
They are just literally, you can see, they are just boards.
So how did you get them so close together that they didn't separate and you're getting stuff through them?
Well, to be honest, there are places where they do go through. Okay. I can show you over here. You can see there's some places where they are, but it is what it is. This space here, I'm not generally working on, so I don't have to worry about any of that. But the area that I do work on, which is here, this is my baking station. So that area, the boards are pretty close. So that's the most important area, I guess. And I do have a breadboard. I guess they call them noodle boards.
Yes.
I do have one of those. So I have 2 or 3 actually. But this is the one that I use to roll my bread out on and everything. So, and I have this pastry frame that I use. And I roll our bread. You can see it's well loved. It's very well loved. And I'll be rolling bread out on it again today. So, yeah.
What is the history? Can you give us a really quick history of those noodle boards?
The noodle boards, I'm not sure of where they actually first were developed, but I know it is something that people use to roll out their bread and do their stuff on because a lot of they could set it right on their countertop and everything was contained. You can see it has sides on it and everything is contained right there. It's easy cleanup and it's great, really. So honestly, that's why I use it. I mean, a lot of things that we have today, they are new, but we're advancing into the future with things, but it's not necessarily because things of old don't work anymore, because they do. I mean, in our home, we use a lot of the older things. They still work.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So then we have up above, you can see this whole section here is just all my baking section. I can stand at this area here, which is where I usually am. It's easy to reach all of my spices and things here. Anything for cooking is all just, everything is all right here. It's at hand's reach. And that makes it really, really nice. And then of course up on the top shelf here we have things that aren't as as used. They're more seasonal. A lot of summer stuff, or I have a lot of people comment about my baking powder containers. I don't honestly use that much baking powder. I mean, I probably do at some point because I do a lot of bread, but I use them for storage. I get them from a co-op, and they're great for storage. They look great. You can't tell what's in them. You can throw stuff in them, and it just makes for great storage.
Wow.
Then you can see over here, I know you like meat grinders.
Do you use that?
I don't. I should, but honestly, we have one that connects to our KitchenAid that's a little bit newer, more up to date. But that was my grandmother's. So she only had one. She didn't have 200 and some.
That was Uncle Al.
Oh, so that's all my baking section. And I do have a KitchenAid. I don't use it as often as I use, a bowl and a wooden spoon. I just, something about a bowl and a wooden spoon I just love. So then we move over here, and this is where I keep all of our measuring cups and measuring spoons and anything I might need quickly. And I have jars of different things. We have jars full of nuts and craisins and things, and sugar and flour and all the essentials.
That looks beautiful.
I love the look of being able to see all of this stuff out, and it's just nice. I don't know, it reminds me of my grandparents and their house, so. And then I don't know if you could see outside, but we have a lot of snow.
Ooh.
So there's almost 3 feet out there, so I don't much like the view out this window right now, so. Then down here, okay, this is our sink, and this sink is from the 1800s. It was, we got it in Kittery, Maine. It was in an old farmhouse, and the lady that owned it was getting rid of it because she was updating and had no need for it, and we fell in love with it. So we bought it from her, and I'm so glad we did because it fits in this room so well.
It's perfect.
So, and then we have this, which, isn't this sweet?
Yes.
I have never seen a little galvanized pail like this. It looks like a little mini wash tub. It's just adorable. So we picked that up at an antique store, and it just, look at it. I mean, it goes perfect. So perfectly in here. So, and then we have the little hand pump faucet, and it's not an actual hand pump, but it has that look. And I'd love for it to be a hand pump, but honestly, I don't know that would work in here. So
I have that same faucet in my bathroom.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Yep.
So then we go around here, and you can see my husband's gumball machine. It still works. You can see it's 5 cents. Our kids collect nickels just for this gumball machine, our grandkids. And, we bought this at an antique store, and it actually still has 2 keys that go with it.
Wow.
So how those keys survived over the years, this is from the 1920s. It's amazing. But the kids love this. And then we go around. I have an egg basket filled with hand towels and some cookbooks. And this is an old bread box that actually I just keep our hand mixer and beaters in there, and that's all.
Okay.
And then we have this is a sifter, a little 2-cup sifter. So that's kind of cute. There's something different because it's only 2 cup size. Whoops. It's
Oops, I
only a two
lost you.
cup size.
Okay.
We have a sign that is a yard sale sign, and over here we have, you can see I've got a lot of counter space here too.
Yeah.
And the boards are fairly close together, so. And then this is a cabinet that my husband bought me for my birthday. I love it. We got it at an antique store. I fell in love with it. He knew we weren't walking out of that store without it. He said, "Happy birthday." Oh my gosh. I
It's beautiful.
absolutely love this piece. And when we lived in our farmhouse, I said that has a place in our new pantry because it's just perfect and it fits so well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a place I keep all of our canned stuff. This is just a small portion of what we can, and the other side is filled as well. So a lot of goodness in here.
Wow.
We have some more cookbooks and bowls, a lot of bowls. I love old bowls. And these baskets just hold little envelopes of things, sauces and marinades and things. And this is really prepared foods on the side.
Okay.
So if we need any oatmeal or rice or quinoa or anything like that, that's all over here. And I did make some granola the other day, so I've got some granola in these jars, and it's a lot of old things. My husband loves, more antique-y like old things. And this little jar right here is an old jar. It says Coca-Cola Pepsi gum on the front of it. And not sure if that shows up very well, but that's from an old general store that used to be here in the village where we live. And it was literally penny candy.
Oh,
And
cool.
my husband used to go to that store. So I don't know how it is we got that jar from that store, but that's really old. And he just loves that. That's why it's sitting in the corner, so it's safe. It's not out where it can be knocked over. Then we have, this is just a little hanger here that I have our onions in. And you can see the top shelf has some more old things. Some old stuff. On these shelves are all painted, so they're easy to wash. And just some prepared type foods. So it's really nice. This is a really functional space for
Mm-hmm.
us, and that's what it needed to be, really.
What's the size? What's the size of, ooh, the ceiling?
Yes, there's a tin ceiling. My brother and I put this in. This is about 9 by 7, the
Okay.
size of the pantry. So it's just the perfect size, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see the light here.
Ooh, cute.
Yeah. And then we have the screen door on the front, walking in. And we used to have a dog, so that was perfect for keeping the dog out of here. But now it's just, I love the slam of a screen door. There's nothing like it. So
Is it an older door or a newer one?
it's an older door, but I think you can still buy them.
Okay.
The style of it, I think you can still buy it. It's crooked. It's quite crooked. You can see at the top of the door, it just slants, but you know what? I don't care. It's character. It's
Wow.
character.
That's
So, and
cool.
we put a little piece on here for, just a push board, I guess you would say. They have
Mm-hmm.
in the old stores, they used to have those that you push out on the screen, and I just stenciled it with a really old style stencil, a vanilla flavoring stencil, and it's very worn. I've sanded it, and the rest of it's just wear and tear as,
I love it.
being used over time. So,
I love it. Ugh.
but this is a great space. Underneath, we have, curtained areas, and behind that, that's where we put more modern things, like our microwave. You can see more canned stuff underneath. and it's just storage. It's just a lot of storage. You know, I have underneath here like our Instant Pot, things like that, our blender. We have a lot of storage bins that
Mm-hmm.
you can pull out, and there's stuff in those. Those are easy to grab. I have more canning underneath, a lot of canning. I've got a lot of jarred jams and jellies, and then I've got my syrups, my vinegars and molasses, and anything I need down there. So there's a lot of storage in here,
Mm.
and it just makes for a really great space.
Mm-hmm.
We just love it. And this stencil, that just says it all. A
Yeah.
simple life. Because in the end, that's all you really want. It's just a simple life.
Well, and right now that's what we're going into.
Yes. Yeah. Things are definitely going backwards, and
Mm-hmm.
we're having to change things around quite a bit. And that's you know it's twofold. It's both sad and it's both good, because I
Yeah.
feel like we're setting ourselves to where we need to be.
Right. Well, Julie, thank you so much. What a great tour.
You are so welcome. I'm so glad to have you here in my pantry. Maybe someday we can do it for real.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, it would be. I don't know if this room could stand that much fun. Oh my God.
Well, you stay home and stay safe.
Thank you, and you as well. You as well. And everybody out there, stay home and stay safe.
Thank
You know,
you.
it's
Yeah. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm on Facebook and Clay Home Decor Tips. You can message me on there and send me your pictures or your videos. I'm not going to have a lot of time to like personally chit chat with everybody, I'm afraid. It's just I've got a lot going on around here. We're trying to sell that house in the midst of the virus. We've got this mess that we're trying to deal with, and there's things to fix. And so please understand if I can't be chatting. It's nothing personal. I just have a lot on my plate. The other thing is I'm going to come on. I'm thinking a lot about yogic breathing. I'm thinking about the Ujjayi breath, or the breath of fire. It strengthens your lungs, and it seems to me that this would be a good time to work on strengthening our lungs. So I'm going to come back with that too in one of these days, and we're just going to stay in contact and keep each other sane. So take care. Bye.